Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be working on another journal with me video, adding in the next few days here into my Hobonichi. So I hope that you guys are enjoying these journal videos. Like I said in the previous one over here, this was something that I did every Sunday over on Patreon. And so now I'm moving them over here to YouTube because it seemed like these were some of the most loved videos over there. So I'm excited to be keeping the tradition alive, working on these videos over here on YouTube. And like I'm sure I mentioned before, it really helps with my accountability for getting these pages done. So as you can see, I have not added any more pages to my hobo since the last video that we worked on together. So I thought, well, it's time to catch up. I might as well film it for you guys and we can kind of go on the journey together. So for the 6th, of course, I'm just doing the same old thing. So I'm just going to chit chat about life and things and whatnot because I am just filling in these pages. So again, I'm using my mild liner markers. Those are my markers of choice throughout this type of documenting. They seem to work out very nicely. They don't seem to bleed through very badly at all. I also already had added washi down from whenever I worked on the 5th there. So I'm just filling it in with a few stickers and things. I just found some that I thought went with the color scheme that I was going for, but also there was a little spray paint can in one of the washi sticker books and also kind of like almost a smudge of blue paint sticker as well. So I popped that down at the bottom because this page is all about painting. So on this day, me and Will started to paint our TV rooms. That's been on our agenda, on our to-do list for like months now, something that we've wanted to do. So we purchased the paint a little while ago and we finally got around to painting it. We actually completed the entire room, but we do want to do a second coat in just a couple little areas, maybe plop that up sometime soon. But we did a lot of work on this day. So it felt really good to get that done. And we loved the color and we just had a lot of fun doing that together. So that is mainly what I'm talking about here on this page. Then I did one of my little subtitle kind of color blobs down there about midway down the page. And that one, I think I wrote something like what we have left to do. And then I wrote a simple list of just all of the things that we want to continue to do in the TV room to get that room completed. So that's all that I talked about for that day. And then we're moving on to the next few here. So we'll start with the 7th and the 8th. So as always, I pop my washi tape into place and then we'll start filling in all of the bigger stickers, any pictures, things like that I have going on. And then we'll work with titles and then finally journaling. So for a lot of these days during this particular week, it was really easy to go back and talk about all the things that had happened because I did have a super busy week actually. So just like I always do, I just grab out a little Post-it note and I jot down something that happened from each day so that I can at least like have some sort of a guide to get me through all the days. So on a week like this, that was really easy. I could easily jot down a word or so that I would know what happened on those days. But sometimes if I have a little bit of a slower week, I'll also go back through my camera roll. I might go back through Instagram, like different things that I saved, memes or different like illustrations, things like that. Something that I could use as a jumping off point to then have some sort of journaling to do. So that's like an easy way for me to at least have something to document in here. But like I said, this week was really busy, so it was easy to fill in the pages. So I'm going to kind of jump back and forth, but you can see here on the 8th, this one I had a photo because this was my mom's big day. That's what I ended up titling it. So my mom is retiring this month. And on Wednesday, she had her retirement party at work, which was really exciting because all of her coworkers who happened to live like all over the country had flown in for a business thing, but they were able to all get together to celebrate my mom, and my dad and Will and me all went there to celebrate with them. So it was just such a nice experience to meet everyone and hear all of the great things that they had to say about my sweet mama. So it was really nice being able to celebrate her. So I definitely wanted to have that as the main focus of this day's journaling. So I popped on a little family photo there that we took at the top. And then I have my title. So I'm just going to fill in all of those smaller doodles here and there and then add in all of my journaling as we go. Then also for the 7th, I just had a kind of big day out and about. I had a doctor's appointment. I also had to do a lot of driving. There was a lot of driving somewhere, coming back home, being home for a little bit, having to leave again, and then come back home and then having to leave again. There was just a lot of driving during this day. So I had all kinds of things to mention. So I did just title this side busy. So as you can see here, as far as my titles go, I'm always trying to have some diversity in the way that I create my titles and things, because I know obviously this is all with my handwriting. It's going to have the same look, but a lot of times I'll try to kind of do little things that I think just help the flow of my spreads, or at least to me, it helps them. So for instance, over here on the 7th, I have kind of a larger title, The Busy. It's a 1-word title, and I have it kind of in the middle of the page. But I'm going to almost stack all of my stickers and all of my embellishments, all of the big ones here, on that left side of the page. And then I'm going to do all of my journaling on the right side of the page. So that kind of creates a certain type of layout. Then over here on the 8th, you can see that I have kind of the title in the middle, but it's almost like I'm going to have all of my journaling spanning the entire page. It's not only on the left or only on the right. It spans the entire spread. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's easier to see it than to explain it, but I just try to have kind of a little bit of a difference as I'm creating my spreads, just so that they flow better, so that every spread isn't exactly the same. So those are some things that kind of go on in my mind as I am creating these different Hobonichi spreads here. So over here for the 7th, as you can see, I did add a washi sticker to the bottom. I loved that kind of pinup girl, and I've been saving her, so I think she looks really cute on here. And then I'm doing the little color blobs, of course, to be subtitles. So my main title is Busy, and then I did a title at the top that says Morning, and then this little colorful blob here towards the bottom will say Afternoon. So then I just talk about all of the different things that I was doing throughout the day. Also, you'll see my stars there. So something that I've really enjoyed doing is to go ahead and draw a star with my mild liner, and then I'll go back and I'll redraw the star with the pen in the middle of, on top of, not in the middle, but on the top of the marker. And I end up thinking that looks really cute. Again, that's something that's easier to see than to describe. Also, it's a little later in the night whenever I'm recording this voiceover, so I do apologize if I'm sounding a little cray. But okay, so then back over on the 8th, we've added on our journaling, and I had this little extra space up here at the top where I had not started my journaling. I just decided to do it under the big title. So I had this kind of extra space, and I was wondering what was I going to put there. I didn't really want to put another sticker because I already had a couple stickers right in that area. So I ended up using those same really old little wooden stamps that I've used throughout this Hobonichi for the entire year. And I am just quickly stamping out a little mini title up here at the top that says 39 years. So that is what my mom is celebrating, working for 39 years before her retirement here at the end of the month. So then I'm just going to draw on a couple arrows just also to fill in that space. And I just love the way arrows look, so I tend to draw them quite a bit. And then I'm going to add in a few other little doodles, some stars towards the bottom, things like that. And then we will finish up that spread as well. Then I'm going to work on these next two. So also on the 9th, I was able to visit my best friend Casey's newest addition, Mickey, who I was very, very excited to meet. And it was so just lovely getting to hang out with Casey and Andy, but also get to meet sweet Mickey Mickey, who was only 9 days old. So it was just like such a special moment to be able to meet her being so tiny. So this is a picture that I took whenever I was holding her. So I did put that into the photo room app. Now I know that also on your phone, if you have an iPhone, you can create a sticker. So that is another option. I just prefer the photo room app. And like for this one, I was able to choose just the area that I wanted to be erased. So it's just a preference of mine, but you can also create the stickers on the iPhone and then you're able to print them out where they don't have a background, which is also totally just a preference. You could definitely just print off that picture and just cut out the section that you wanted. It's just something that I kind of like to have that kind of white, crisp background going on. Then I also printed off another picture of me holding Mickey there at the top. And those pictures are about a 1.5 by 2 inch rectangle there. So I just did a little colorful border behind this one and I'm outlining it. So sometimes I'll add a border, sometimes I won't. On the previous spread, of my mom's retirement day, I did not do a border on that photo. So it totally just depends on what I feel like doing at that moment. Then I also added in one of my favorite paperclip stickers. So I think I have those linked below, but also I literally just went to Amazon and typed in paperclip stickers. And this was one of the only things that came up. And I've bought them over and over and over again. I love the way that they look as if the paperclip is holding in that photo in my album. And I just think that that's really cute. So then I decided to do my title over here on the left side. I love the way that it looks with the title being Meeting Mickey. And then I'm adding in another arrow with a few of my like little doodly hearts there. And then I'll add in my journaling, of course. So again, this week was just super easy to fill in because I really only had, I think only the 10th was the only day where I really didn't have tons and tons of to say, because a lot of these days had like a lot of big things happening. So it was super easy to fill in all of these kind of catch-up days that I'm working on. So sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge working in a daily journaling. You really have to like hone in that practice and get really used to it. For me, at least, it is a challenge because if you do kind of get behind or miss any days, I mean, with daily journaling, you're going to end up with a lot of days to work on. That's another reason why for me the A6 size, the smaller size, has been a huge help this year because whenever I am behind, these pages are really small, and after I add a photo or two, some washi, a couple stickers, do my title, I mean, I've pretty much filled in all of the space. So I really like that as well. So here I added some journaling, and then I just thought it might be nice to kind of create another one of those subtitles to really emphasize that Mickey was only 9 days old. So I'm just stamping that out here in like kind of a pretty close match of this sort of bluish green color here. So I stamped that out, 9 days old. I'm going to add a few other doodles and another sticker or two here and finish up my journaling for this one. And then I will be done with this spread. So definitely let me know if you do any sort of daily journaling. Do you have a Hobonichi? Are you interested in some type of practice like this? Or do you keep any type of a journal, even if it's not a daily journal? I would love to know. I started doing the Hobonichi last year. It was a spring start, so I started in April, and it's really been something that I have super enjoyed. I've found that it is it's something that I look forward to, especially with doing this smaller size, and I love chronological scrapbooking or memory keeping, and I really like the daily journaling because I already have the like Project Life, which is really talking about each week, which I love. And this one is a way to tell all of those even smaller stories that might get overlooked in a week. So obviously it's going to have the big things like meeting Mickey or my mom's retirement, but there's also going to be all those really small things. And I think that that is fun too. I also love whenever I can keep little pieces of real life ephemera, things like that, like stuff that probably wouldn't go into my Project Life, like a receipt or something like that. that, like a sticker off of a piece of fruit. I like putting that kind of stuff in my Hobonichi whenever I have it. So it's been really fun, and it's something that I think I'm totally going to continue with. It's just been a newer practice for me, but something that has been pretty rewarding, I've got to say. So for the 10th, this one was just like a day running errands with my mom, and we went all over the place. We went to Target and Whole Foods. We ran into Trader Joe's. We picked up prescriptions from 2 different places. We went to the vet to grab some medicine for one of our babies. We went to get coffee. I mean, we went all over the place. So that's why I titled this Errands really big, because we literally did do a lot of errands this day. So on a page like this where I don't really have any photos or anything like that, I didn't have any like memes or anything saved, that is where the washi sticker book can super come in handy if you're into that style. So I just added this sticker of this girl here, and it's basically, it looks almost like I cut that out of a magazine. Obviously it's a little translucent, which I love that look, and it also is very thin, so it's the perfect thing to add into the Hobonichi. But I love the way it looks, where it's almost like you have little magazine clippings in here, so that's really fun for me. So I love adding those in on a slower day where I don't have photos or anything. So then I'm adding in a list of all the places that we went, as with the little subtitle there, adding in my last doodles and whatnot, and then we are going to be all done with this one. I'll give you a up close flip here at the end of the pages that we worked on today, and that's going to be it. So I hope that you enjoyed this process video. If you did, please give me a like, and please also consider subscribing. And of course, I will be back at you throughout the week with other videos, and in about 1 week with another journal with me. Have a great day, friends. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.